Season 2 of Confessions of an SEO. This is Carolyn Holzman, and I'm your host. This is the safe space where we can talk all things on the business end of SEO, the people part, from someone who has been there on both sides, an independent local business owner and a professional SEO. It's safe. You can look between the stories and the Google smackdowns for some tactical SEO advice. I might be sticking that in now. But the short version of Confessions is, if you're an SEO, this is all for you. And if you're a business owner outsourcing your SEO, these episodes are my way to help you understand better how to hold an SEO accountable without micromanaging, and maybe put a human face of SEO for you so you feel more comfortable talking about things that you really can't be expected to know more about than your SEO. Welcome to Confessions. It's Season 2, Episode 4. Wow, almost all of January gone. Well, today we're going to chat about indexing, specifically getting new content on Google and talking about it, namely where the indexation project is headed, and then give a personal apology to every business owner out there who tries to keep up with SEO topics for what, in my opinion, was a stupid dust-up in SEO land about what's called LSI keywords, latent semantic indexing keywords. And for SEOs who literally are so busy with client work, they might have mistaken that conversation for something to pay attention to because of the people involved. So let's get going, shall we? All right, before that, I just want to say that the Forensic SEO course not only launched, it capped out right before the first session. So I can report that things are going well. If you want to know more about what the course is about and maybe get on the first notice list when enrollment opens up again, search for Forensic SEO Training. Most of the first page right now is about the course, and the video is an office hours presentation in IMG where viewers were able to ask me anything about Forensic SEO and the indexation project. Speaking of the indexation project, looks like I'm probably going to be setting up some more testing sites in order to answer more of the indexation threshold. That's hard to say. Indexation threshold questions for new content that is really come out of this current project. And God help me. Lucky, I know I'm not alone. Other people are testing as well. And if SEO testing has taught me anything, the value of the information is really, is it predictive? You know, how many times can we do this and achieve the same result? And that always means there's more than a single test, right? So here we go. I found out that the testing on the 3 days a week schedule is saving me a lot of time. And I've been a little cavalier with all my newly found time because I need to make sure not only that I launch the test, but that I update the page on American Way Media as well. So my apologies if you've dropped by and wondered what's happening today and had no clue. So I'm pulling out all my process sheets and making sure I follow them, which, bummer, discipline, right? So regular listeners have heard about this testing project since September last year and what's been coming out of it. So quick summary, bottom line, if you're looking to get new content into the index, it is not like it used to be. The threshold is higher or different. And it's possible it may involve some sort of validator behavior, which is part of what will have to be tested on separate domains because I don't want to contaminate this one. It's working so well. So anyway, so pass the word. If anybody you know is lamenting they can't get their new pages indexed, or they get stuck in Search Console as discovered not crawled or crawled but not indexed, go ahead and share this test with them. It's really also intended just to kind of create some peace of mind. You can easily find it. Search for Google Index Detector, and it's the first result. Back to this week's topic. It's about LSI keywords, or rather, I should say, the dust up on Twitter. And I'm sorry if you're on Twitter or in SEO groups where this kind of thing got some air this week. Today, I'm not here to teach what LSI is. Clint Butler did a quick everybody out of the pool moment on his show SEO This Week. So you can take a look at that, and if you have to know what the details of LSI are. So what disturbed me, I think, about the online discussions was how confusing it might be or must be for those who watch SEO as a topic. They may be business owners, but they're not as narrow and nerdy as most top-level SEOs are, and may have mistaken these conversations for something that they weren't, namely helpful. So if you need to know where I am on this thing, first off, if you're one of these, LSI isn't a thing, and if you as an SEO use the word, you are an idiot SEO, and I laugh at your stupidity, you might want to stop listening now. I know I won't convince you, and any attempts are just going to irritate both of us, so bye-bye. I'm a real toothpaste on the toothbrush kind of SEO. I don't care whether you roll the tool up from the bottom or squeeze in the middle, just get the damn toothpaste on the brush. In my world, I look at keywords, variants of those keywords, entities to define those keywords, and LSI to fill in any relevancy gaps. That's how I view what I do, sort of sculpt relevancy on my pages. If you're not an SEO, in other words, if a page is like a large empty glass jar, my job as an SEO is to fill that jar. So think of keywords are like boulders, variants are like rocks, entities are like pebbles, and LSI is like sand. We all know, we're very familiar with keywords and their variants. For an entity, in my usage of the word, is anything that has its own separate Wikipedia page. Now, LSI, in my world, is anything else that's topically related but doesn't have its own Wikipedia page. Yeah, I'm stupid all the way to page 1. And there are multiple SEO tests over the years that serve as current proof that show LSI contributes to the relevancy of the page, and using those words gives a boost, namely because it adds to relevancy. Now, what bothers me is the fighting amongst ourselves as SEOs and turning a word into a weapon and trying to stab each other with it. And for what? When I was mulling over the topic in general, I was on Facebook and I saw a quote that somebody posted, and I can't find who said it first. So if it's familiar to anyone out there and you know who I need to credit it to, please let me know. And it goes like this. If you're over 45 and don't have an under 30 mentor, now remember I said mentor, not mentee, then you're going to miss fundamental shifts in thinking that are happening. And the person who posted that had a really insightful comment and said, accumulated experience is not all there is to wisdom. So let's all take a breath. I know there are people who have been in SEO longer than I have. I also know people who've been in SEO for 4 years who have literally turned SEO on its head and changed our approach to it fundamentally. And so SEO as a discovery field is enormous. There is no way that one person has the clues to 100% of how to rank. We are all building on the shoulders of those that came before us. And yet, as an industry, we fail miserably at coming up with universal definitions of terms. So instead, we fling words. I find it fitting that SEOs do that since words are what we deal with all day. We fling words at each other, and each one of us has a different view of the word itself with zero acknowledgement of the underneath of that word and what it's attempting to describe. I'd rather put it this way. A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Things are what they are, no matter what name you give them. So if you're a business owner, please, you don't have to know all this terminology. Really, all you need to do to ask if you have any questions is ask your SEO, are you making my pages more relevant to Google than my competitors? And if so, can you show me? That's it. Okay? Please, don't let less experienced but maybe well-meaning SEOs or grievance SEOs convince you to use the word LSI as a litmus test. It is not. And besides which, test it for yourself. Don't wait for a Google patent or some guru on the mountain where they might have been insightful previously. You can see this for yourself. There are tools out there. I use intopic.org. You can see what I mean in there. You'll see words that you can add to your page. And meanwhile, please accept my heartfelt apology for any confusion that stupid Twitter conversation may have caused. That's going to do it for today. That's the end of my editorial and my rant. Thank you for being a listener. A special thank you to the sponsors of Confessions. Knowing you're out there listening helps me focus better when I'm in my little room talking out loud. If becoming a sponsor of Confessions is something you want to do, do not walk to the Google machine and search for Confessions of an SEO sponsor. Or just go to the sponsor link, which is one of my famous short links. It's bit.ly, bit.ly/Confessions sponsor. All one word with 2 S's in the middle. Confessions is everywhere podcasts are available. And if you haven't settled on one source, you can just Google Confessions of an SEO. You can't miss it. All of us stand to make more business and success together when both the SEOs and the business owners understand each other and Google better. It's been my pleasure to be your host, and I'll see you in the service.